Hello and welcome back to the Reaper. So we're on the A-10 Charlie still. We're approaching the end, but it seems a never-ending aeroplane. But so today's lesson, we've got two things to cover on the ground, I believe. We've got the backup HUD that someone's requested on YouTube, and the advanced DSMS or DSMS Digital Stores Management System. So first, the backup HUD. So the first thing to show is that you can go between day and night mode on the HUD, which is sick. So watch this. Night mode. Lasers, so you look at that lovely brown, helps in the night apparently. And also HUD mode down here, normal and standby. So normal is normal, standby goes to this weird thing, and no one can really give me a decent answer of why this exists, but it's like a secondary HUD in case your first one.
It's a gun sight. It's a secondary gun sight for your other secondary gun sight in the normal HUD mode.
Roger. And
so
yeah,
go ahead.
And you can press this to press up and down, and it, well, I don't know what those numbers mean, but
all right. So hold the basically, I believe it's either slant range or Sherman's either slant range or just
it is mils, I believe.
Oh, it's mils.
Mils of depression. Okay, so there's that. That's the backup HUD mode. It's pretty stupid in my opinion, but it's a thing. Let's go back to normal. Right, so the next thing is the advanced DSMS that Sherman's been promising us. I have no idea what that means, so Sherman, you can take it away and see what we can do.
Right, so the DSMS has a number of advanced functions, including but not limited to setting up arming of missiles and bombs in certain manners. So if you go to the DSMS, you can click on the profile page in the top left. This gives you a profile of all weapons types that are available on your aircraft. So for example, if you have Mavericks, you'll see Mavericks, etc, etc. So if you go into a bomb that you have equipped, say one of your GBUs, and you click the top button which says move profile.
View profile?
Yes.
Confirm. So I've got all the details about it here. So you can change the laser code and stuff.
Yes, no. So laser code for a well, let me put it to you this way. In real life, you're supposed to do it
on the ground,
on the bomb itself, but due to the unique way DCS is programmed, you can't do that in the armament menu, so you have to do it on the ground while the plane is parked.
Okay.
Okay, so the main ones you want to worry about for dumb bombs are on the right. So you've got your ripple type and quantity.
I'm not seeing
nose.
I've got a GBU 12. Is it? I don't see those ripple or anything.
It will say single on the top right, then nose/tail on the one below it, and then at the bottom say mode CCIP.
I see all that.
Selected it.
Yeah,
that's basically the bomb settings that Sherman's on.
Oh right, okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Anyway, so if you click the single button, it will say PRS. That does not mean press; it means pairs. So what that means is every time that a release pulse is sent to the aircraft, it will drop 2 bombs from a pair of weapons.
Okay.
Ripple single, which is basically a ripple that will continue as long as you have the button pressed down. Once you have the ripple mode selected, it will have a ripple quantity and a ripple separation in feet displayed.
Okay.
And you can also do ripple pairs and then go back to single. Below that you have your arming thing for the bomb, so nose, tail and nose tail represented as NT. Now depending on the bomb you also have mode, for example CCIP, CCRP, and that's that on the right side for bombs. Typically some of the more advanced weapons allow you to click the change setting button on the left, and this will allow you to set up some other release information. So your GBU 12s, for example, you can auto laze as I showed you earlier. You can set up a minimum altitude and set up a few other variables that are needed for more precise bomb drops.
Huge amount of stuff you can change.
Exactly. It makes the A-10 a very accurate platform if you get this information right. And that's the main advantage of the DSMS. Let me see if I go back to the profile main page and I go to Mavericks. What have we got here? So it just tells you the launcher and the minimum altitude. The only thing you can set on the Mavericks is your minimum altitude on this page. And if I go to rockets, you can set pairs, singles, or ripples for rockets, as well as minimum altitude. Alright, so that's the more advanced stuff of the DSMS page.
Roger.
It's also good to know that when you select your profiles, you can actually make your own profiles. So you can have, say, one profile for your Mark 82s for just a single release, and then you can make another profile for a ripple release, so you can add profiles.
Roger.
And I believe that's like what, okay, so there's one thing you gotta know. I believe it's DMS right short, I believe, Sherman. You can switch between the profile, the weapons in your DSMS, right? It's one of those. Hold on.
Yep, tally.
Yep. DMS
okay.
right short goes between your weapons. Now, to actually have the weapon profiles that you loaded in, you have to use DMS right short. You can't select the weapon station on the MFCD unless you want to have to reset everything with the profile.
Roger.
I would say to that, DMS right short does cycle it, but only if the HUD is set as your soy.
Oh yeah, that's not hard.
If the TGP or anything else is a soy, it won't do that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, but you can do that on the upfront panel by pressing the selector keys.
Roger, noted. Oh yeah, I see, yep. You can select them like that.
That's all of the stuff that we currently really know about it. There probably are some more advanced features you can use, like selecting individual weapons, etc. But we're not particularly worried about that.
Inventory page is quite important because that's where you go to change your laser code for your bombs.
Let me go have a look at the inventory. Stand by.
So go to the main page of the DSMS, and on the top right, INV is the inventory page.
Roger, there now. Looks very similar to the previous page.
It does, however, I believe you can do something slightly different with it, relating to setting up laser codes.
I clicked on one of the GPUs and it's gone into another separate page about that bomb.
I see. So here you can essentially manually modify your stores.
When you select on your inventory page, you say, for example, you select the GPU 12,
yep.
You'll get another page where it will say inventory select, station,
yep.
whatever the station is, pylon. If you press the center top one, which is inventory start, it will give you information about that weapon.
Yep.
So the fuels, the tail set, and then the second from the right down is your laser code.
Roger.
So you would input the laser code you want, press that, and then best thing from there, if you just want to save that setting, you press load symmetric, and then that will put the laser code to that one and the weapon that's adjacent on the opposite pylon, and that's how you do it in the A-10.
So this is how you do it. Okay, I won't do it today then because I'll have to, because we're going to cause some confusion. Are we going to leave laser code 1688 today?
Yeah, that's pretty much standard, so let's leave that.
Cool. Okay, anything to add to the DSMS?
Just left of the inventory button is the select jettison button, which is useful if you want to safely eject your stores and not be like Cap and just dump live ordnance on top of them.
You can do that too, Sherman.
Hang on, how did we... S-Jet, is that?
Yes,
Yep.
Select jettison. Now, you can do all manner of wonderful and stupid things. For example, in the select jettison, you can decide that for some reason you want to jettison your weapons while they're armed.
Which is why Cap loves it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so all you have to do is click the arm button to to set it from safe to any of the arming modes. You select the store you want to drop, and it should drop the store.
Oh my god.
Just right of the safe button. Just right of the S of the safe button is the STR button.
Yep.
That's basically telling you what it wants to drop. So store would be a weapon. Rack would be anything, a weapon rack that's attached to said weapon. missile will just be dumping a missile straight off.
Oh, I've been wondering how to dump my AIM-9s.
Pretty sure that the AIM-9s would actually be on a rack unless you were... I think it more means like single Mavericks.
But then that would be rack as well.
Not if it's a single, surely.
No, it's on its own rack.
Well,
Hold on.
I guess we'll find out one way or another.
Okay, anything...
Yeah, it's got its own single rack.
Anything to add to DSMS, guys?
There is the missile page I can just quickly walk you through.
Okay.
Alright, so second option from the left on the top.
Roger. Aim 9 and... Okay, Maverick, what's this all about? Missile control.
No, on the right controls your Maverick, but there's a number of things you can do in order to get the Maverick to do things a little more easily for you. So you'll notice on the top you have EO off and manual. What that essentially means is that you haven't turned on your electro-optical sensor, which would be the same way you do it on the Maverick page. The manual implies that you're going to turn it on manually. If you set that to either location or time, based on the time or the location that you set in this page, it will automatically start activating the Maverick sensors.
Roger.
I've tried that. For me, it does not work, and I don't know why.
Anything else on the missile control page?
So you can turn on and off your AIM-9s, and you can activate the bore sight functionality as well.
Roger that.
Not particularly useful because you can just activate that by going to air-to-air mode.
I thought that. I'm not sure why this exists really. You can get this information elsewhere, but it's a thing, I guess. Alright, anything to add to the DSMS, guys?
That's the last of it as far as I'm aware.
Roger. Okay, there's a lot of information there. I hope that helps. We're going to go do some more videoing now, but we'll see you later.